Hi besties and welcome to my channel. My name is Tanner and this is my Esoterica, where I aim to bring you guys guidance and comfort from a place of comfort, my bed. This is going to be a timeless channeled collective love reading for you guys. So we'll just go ahead and jump right in. So we're going to start with our animal spirits deck. We're going to get an animal card for you and an animal card for your person. Now, I've already shuffled these, but we'll just see what's on the cut. Right away, we have the raccoon and the crow. The raccoon is all about someone kind of staying hidden. This is a very creative energy and artistic energy, but someone who is kind of wearing a mask, kind of working in the shadows a little bit, not really forthright, maybe hiding behind something. The crow here is the other card on the cut. And let me see exactly what the crow is about. Now, these are just energies that are at play. These are not ones that are coming out for you. But let's see what it says, just to get that a little more. Somewhere it's in here. Crow, okay. Spiritually strong, creative. So you're definitely a strong spiritual kind of person. And also the crow also talks about being creative. So definitely get the sense that you're an artist of some sort. But right now you're kind of hiding. You're not very much into being seen. On this cut, we have the stingray. So working on building yourself up, building up your confidence. You can see the rainbow here on the stingray's kind of spine. He's growing his spine, more or less. All right, let's zhuzh it around a little bit more. We'll see what comes out on the bottom after we cut here. So bat, this card is all about transformation. So I get the sense that you, our viewer here, are in the state of transformation. Yeah, so let's see what comes out for you. All right, thank you, Spirit. What energy is our viewer currently in when it comes to this connection? What animal spirit are they currently embodying? The snake. So your energy is the snake right now. So this energy is all about, one, snakes are also about transformation, right? This is earth energy. So you could have earth placements, Capricorn, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. That's the other one. But the snake is also about kind of like awakening in a way too, and also waiting for someone to come forward. I think. Hold on, let's look here. So the snake, again, this is your energy, guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. So again, with the creative animal spirit. So you're definitely a creative person. That's what I'm getting here. But insofar as the snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. So this is like you're kind of like on the verge of a spiritual awakening of some sort. But you're kind of on the precipice of it. So yeah, you have a lot of untapped spiritual potential. But right now you're kind of staying hidden. You are, again, very creative. We got the crow, we got the raccoon, I'm trying to remember, and now we have the snake. So a lot of creative potential. So maybe you are waiting to kind of like start a new creative project too, or you're just kind of like ruminating. I get that sense too. Like you're not really taking any kind of big forward action right now. The raccoon is not very forward. The crow is not very forward. And the snake is not very forward. So I get the sense that you're holding back and kind of like sitting on the precipice of some sort of spiritual awakening, or are standing at the precipice of some sort of creative project that you want to pursue, but you haven't started it yet. This is, again, the snake is unawakened potential. So you're almost there, but not quite. So yeah, I feel like this connection is kind of forcing you to sit with that kind of unawakened potential and examine it, and like start to take the next steps to actually awaken it and like move forward with whatever creative stuff you've got going on in that big beautiful head of yours. So yeah, snake, that's your energy. Untapped potential, kind of waiting, sitting and waiting for things to go, for things to pop off spiritually, or creatively. So let's see what's going on with your person. We have dolphin energy here, and we also have, again, bat. And again, we haven't gotten to the other person's energy, but if you feel like the other side resonates with you more than this side, feel free to switch the energies around. But on the cut for your person, we have the dolphin. So this is innately intelligent, happy-go-lucky kind of vibes, light worker, spiritual stuff. We still have the bat too, so that's transformation. Here we have the scorpion on the cut. So this is like, I just read this yesterday. This is like passionate work. Like this is like something that kind of like, you don't want to mess with it because it'll sting you out of the blue if you mess with it. Let me see. This is fire energy too. So transformation, again, themes of transformation for your person. Scorpion here is passionate, competitive, and tends towards isolation. So your person could be feeling really passionate right now about something. We'll shift these around a little bit more. Let's see what else comes out. So on the bottom for your person's energy, we have the owl. So this is somebody wise, right? This is air energy. So Libra. I did that yesterday too. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini energy. So your person could have significant air placements. Let me look at the owl too and see what it says. So abundance, clairvoyant, and treasures. So your person or you could have, again, I'm not sure which side is which, but owl energy is very spiritual, it's very wise, clairvoyant, it said, and abundance. And owls are also the top of their food chain, right? They're more apex predators. Like they're kind of like, they eat snakes, right? So I'm kind of getting the sense that this might be your energy that I'm channeling on the other side, because tarot viewers tend to be more spiritual than not tarot readers, or tarot watchers, not tarot readers. You don't have to be a tarot reader to be spiritual. I mean tarot watchers. So it seems like, this other person's energy is on a higher level right now than the snake energy. But again, we'll see what comes out. We also have the elephant here, which is busting down obstacles, also a spiritual heavyweight here. So yeah, perhaps this other side is you, but we'll see what actually pops out in the shuffle. So let's see. What about our viewers' person's energy? What energy are they in? Or the other person in this connection? What energy is our person's viewer in when it comes to this connection? Hummingbird with tarantula on the bottom. So tarantula is all about being at a crossroads, having a choice to make. It's very kind of like Two of Swords energy a little bit. Hummingbird is the card that came out for your person. So this is somebody who's very happy, joyful. I'm going to say spiritually awakened. This is again air energy, so you may have significant air placements. So the hummingbird energy is positive, enthusiastic, and spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, again with creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird, and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, and every moment worth savoring. So yeah, your person's energy, or maybe yours, very light, very happy. You know how to nourish, or your person knows how to nourish themselves, and keep keep flitting about to the next opportunity, right? But whoever this person is, whether the hummingbird is your energy or it's your person's, there's a choice that needs to be made. There's a crossroads kind of energy right now. But again, we have the snake for your person or for you, maybe, or it could be your person. But this is again untapped spiritual potential, kind of like on the precipice of an awakening, is what I get. The hummingbird energy already kind of spiritually abundant, right? Joyful, happy. And we got the dolphin on the cut too, so that's also light worker energy. So we're going to see what comes out in the oracles that we're going to move to next, and then we'll see which side is which here. So thank you, Spirit. Let's look into this snake side energy, the snake energy. Whatever person is on our snake side, whether that's our viewer or their person. Let's see. Well, on the cut already, we have breaking point and soulmates. So whoever this person is, they're definitely hitting a low. Definitely, again, hitting a breaking point. And they also feel a soulmate connection with this other person. It's a strong bond, deep love, unity, connection. So let's see what else comes out. We have memories, so definitely reminiscing about this person. Six of Cups energy, memories, thinking, all that stuff. Soulmates again on the cut. So let's just use around and cut them down here. We'll see what ends up on the bottom. One more. Okay, quick cut. Healing. So whoever this snake person is, whether it is you or your person, you're in the midst of healing. In the midst of healing and standing at the precipice of some sort of spiritual awakening. All right, thank you, Spirit. Can we look into the snake person's energy, our viewer's energy, potentially? What are they going through? What feelings are they going through when it comes to this connection? Thank you, Spirit. What is our viewer going through when it comes to this connection? What is our viewer or this snake person going through when it comes to this connection? And get one more. Oops, perfect. So again, we have healing still on the bottom here. So the first thing that came out is silence. So you're definitely not talking to this person right now. You might feel kind of like stonewalled or kind of like frozen out. It's very Five of Pentacles energy, so you may be feeling like a little bit abandoned in some sort of way. We also have elusive. So it says dishonesty, deception, or trickery. So you may be feeling like this person hasn't been very forthright with you or hasn't been very honest with you. Or this is giving me Seven of Swords energy. So somebody who is a little bit tricky and not completely forthright, not completely honest here. We have hoping too. So we have expecting, faith, manifesting. So you may be or this person may be hoping for some sort of reconnection with you, or something along those lines. We have stress as well. So whoever this person is definitely going through it right now. We have turbulence, tension, arguments. So they're definitely going through a tough time and they're feeling stressed. And we also have divine feminine. So this could be you. Again, this could be your side if you feel like you are going through it. And if you are, I feel for you and I'm so sorry. Or this could also be, if this snake side is your person, this means that you are on your person's mind, that they're thinking of you, a divine feminine. So again, take it how it resonates. But whoever the snake person is, if it's you or if it's your person, they're definitely going through a tough time right now, but they're on the precipice of some sort of big spiritual awakening. Yeah, but I don't see any kind of communication happening with your person right now. They could feel like they're kind of elusive to you right now, that they're not being completely forthright, they're not being completely honest, but you do have hope for this connection that maybe it can grow into something here. But at the moment, it's just kind of causing you stress, which again, I understand because I've been there. We have trapped on the cut too, so you could be feeling kind of trapped in this connection or feeling like it's not really going anywhere. But let's look at this hummingbird energy. Let's see what comes out on this hummingbird energy. Again, could be you, could be your person. We have healing again, and we also have realizations. So whoever this hummingbird person is, they're coming to some realizations about something, and they're also healing. Healing who knows what, I'm not sure, but they're also in the midst of healing. So again, with this hummingbird energy, they're generally very positive vibes, very, very happy-go-lucky. Knows, again, how to nourish themselves and knows where all the good spiritual nectar is. I'll cut it this way and then we'll see what ends up on the bottom. So open heart, whoever this hummingbird energy is, they definitely have an open heart. It says receptive, empathy, vulnerable. So if this is your person, although I'm getting more and more that this side is you, but I don't know. Take it how it resonates. But whoever this hummingbird person is, they definitely are going through some sort of heart opening, I'm thinking, or they're in touch with their emotions and they're not afraid to express emotions necessarily, or yeah, they don't mind being vulnerable. So let's see what comes out for this hummingbird energy. Thank you, Spirit. Can we please get some clarification around this hummingbird energy? Thank you, Spirit. What is going on with this hummingbird person when it comes to this connection? What is going on with this hummingbird person when it comes to this connection? Thank you, Spirit. What is going on with this hummingbird person when it comes to this connection? Okay, so again, we have healing that came out. So this person is definitely healing right now, or in the midst of healing. We also got the twin flame card. So whoever this hummingbird person is, I'm getting more and more that it's probably you. But we have twin flames, so you could feel like, or this person feels like, whoever this hummingbird person is, they feel like this is a twin flame connection, a strong spiritual connection. We also have distance. So again, it's funny because we had distance on this side and then we had silence and elusive on the snake side. So definitely distance. You guys could feel, emotionally distanced from each other, or there could be physical distance. But there's a separation taking place of some sort. We have obscurity. So it says secrets, mysteries, concealing. So I feel like, this connection, this person may feel obscure. This other person, the snake person, feels kind of obscure to whoever this hummingbird person is. Like they're not seeing things completely clearly. Let's look at this last card. Breaking point. So whoever this hummingbird person is also at their breaking point. So it seems like there, excuse me, it seems like there is some amount of mirroring going on here. Because you both have this kind of, like you're both not seeing each other very clearly. For this hummingbird person, it's because the snake person is being not very forthright. There is a sense of dishonesty and deception here. I think the snake person is your person. I think you are the hummingbird, especially because not many masculines are aware, divine masculines, I should say, not gendering anybody, but not many divine masculines know really what a twin flame journey is. I'm not saying all of them, but most of them don't. And I feel like most divine feminines aren't really elusive, or they don't stonewall people. They don't freeze people out. So yeah, I think the snake person is your person, and I think you are the hummingbird person. So if you are this hummingbird person, you're certainly, hitting rock bottom in some sort of way. This breaking point gives me 10 of Swords energy. But when it comes to these kind of intense connections, especially if this is a twin flame connection, which I'm not surprised I tend to channel, given that I too am a twin flame. But the breaking point is the point that we all get to eventually, if you're really on this path for real. And the thing about it is that it takes breaking open to really truly heal and look at your wounds that you have around, feeling wanted or feeling valued, or being loved, or what you have to do to receive love, and all that sort of stuff that we all kind of carry with us from our childhood wounds. But it seems like you're doing that. It seems like you are healing, especially, again, that hummingbird card talked about knowing exactly where to go to find nourishment, right? You know exactly where the nectar is. So yeah, I see you again. I think this hummingbird is you. You're healing, cleansing, kind of doing your best to recover from this breaking point that I think you've hit it already, especially if you're in hummingbird energy and you're kind of feeling this lightness and you're feeling like, ooh, that was my impression of a hummingbird. But yeah, you're kind of shedding off all this heavy energy, and you're becoming lighter and more free. Your person, on the other hand, is again stressed. They aren't talking to you. They're being elusive, and yet at the same time, they're still hoping for you. You're still on their mind, and they have hope that whatever this connection is can maybe go somewhere. But at the moment, they're holding back from you. But they're not thinking about you. You are on their mind for sure. So yeah, very interesting. Let's go ahead and get into the tarot. So I'll use this deck for the snake person's energy, which again, I'm thinking is your person, even though I originally intended for it to be you. But so the snake energy, what's going on with the snake energy? We'll do a shuffle and then see what comes out on the cut here. So this snake person. So we have the Page of Cups and we have the Two of Cups. So this person definitely sees you as some sort of soul connection here. And they are emotionally curious about you. They could be younger than you too, because the Page is younger, is a younger person in the tarot. But there is this sense of wanting to offer an emotional, a cup of love, so to speak. But this is just kind of underlying energy, right? This is not something that's actually being acted upon. And again, with all of these oracle cards talking about silence and distance on your side and being elusive on theirs, I don't see them coming towards you necessarily right now. On this cut, we got the Eight of Cups. This is emotionally walking away, being emotionally distanced. So I feel like, you know, they're taking time for themselves. But again, with that snake energy, they're on the path to awakening. They're not there yet, but they almost are. So let's do this one more time. Zhuzh it around a bit, and then we'll do the cut and see what comes up on the bottom. Five of Wands just popped out for a second. So again, conflict. Let's see. Huh, Five of Wands. That's what I just saw. So conflict. This person is in conflict. Stress. So that's pretty much what that is. All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's get into tarot now. Let's look at the snake person's energy. Please give us more insight into this snake person's energy. How are they feeling right now when it comes to this connection? Sad. We got the Five of Cups here. Thank you, Spirit. How is the snake person feeling when it comes to this connection? How is the snake person feeling when it comes to this connection? Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, interesting. So again, on the five, or on the bottom, we have the Five of Wands. So they're definitely struggling right now. What's underneath it? And the Nine of Swords. So this person is anxious. They're having trouble sleeping at night. They're having nightmares potentially, but they're having anxiety over this. Sleepless nights, again, conflict. When it comes to the tarot, we have the Five of Cups. So this person's feeling sad. They are not happy with the way things have gone or the way they are going. We also have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like this is you. This is divine feminine energy. So I feel like this is definitely your person. I don't think this is you. I think this is your person. But your person sees you as the Queen of Pentacles. Very nurturing energy, very grounded energy, very abundant, loving, caring, all that stuff. The Queen of Pentacles is the most motherly queen in the tarot. Insofar as, you know, being that nurturer. The Queen of Cups is pretty good too, I won't lie, but the Queen of Pentacles is kind of seen among the queens as like the ultimate kind of mother figure. So your person sees you in this way, not necessarily as a mother, but as a divine feminine, as someone who's grounded, someone who is, again, nurturing, and who is abundant in her own right, or their own right. I don't like to gender. And then the last card we have for your person is the Fool. So it's interesting that despite all this sadness, they still want a new beginning with you. They still want to take this leap of faith and you know, try for something. But, you know, again, they're holding back from you. Again, with the silence and with this elusiveness, they're not really being forthright about this. But you are absolutely on their mind, and they're hoping for some sort of new beginning with you. I don't know, you know, when they're gonna make this move or if they're gonna make it anytime soon. But what I can tell you as a fellow divine feminine is that the more you heal and the more that you focus on yourself and, you know, healing your traumas, purging your traumas, really sitting with the thought processes and thought habits that you carried with you kind of like your whole life. I lost my train of thought. But, the more you do that, the more you elevate yourself, the more this snake person, who I'm still thinking is your person, if it is you, don't be mad at me, but the more you become magnetized, or the more they become magnetized to you, the more you heal and grow and elevate, the more they're gonna be pulled towards you. So I'm gonna say just right away that, like, if you're feeling like you're hitting this rock bottom, but you're healing, that's perfect. Just keep following that healing. Keep following that thread of healing. I know when I was dealing with I still am dealing with my twin flame, but when I was going through the thick of our separation, and we're in low contact right now. We're not in union, but I don't know where we are. But all of that to say, I lost my train of thought again. I need to finish my trains of thoughts before I get sidetracked. You're where you need to be. That's what I'll say. If you've hit this breaking point and you're in the process of healing from it, and you're in the process of ascending and elevating from this kind of painful connection, then you're doing it right. Then you're on the right track. Just keep going. That's all I got. But we'll see what comes out in the tarot for you. Thank you, Spirit. Can we please look at this hummingbird energy? Here we have the Hierophant on the cut and 8 of Pentacles, so you could be working on something. Hierophant is spiritual energy. It's mentor energy. It's also commitment energy. So you could be, on the one hand, feeling like this is a person you want to commit to. You could feel like this is a spiritual connection too, because that's the Hierophant. But you're also working on yourself, I feel, with the 8 of Pentacles here. You're working on building yourself back up. Okay, oops. Let's just zhuzh it around, and then we'll see what comes out when we cut the deck. All right, thank you, Spirit. This hummingbird energy. Let's look deeper into this hummingbird energy. Thank you, Spirit. I just glimpsed the Lovers a little bit. So again, you could feel like this is a very strong soul connection that you have with this person. Let's see what comes out. Temperance. So yeah, you're definitely finding balance again after this tumultuous connection. So you're definitely healing. You're definitely rejuvenating with this hummingbird energy. But temperance is all about finding balance. It's all about transforming too. You see, if you look close, you can see on his forehead here. Ooh, let me lean in. Is this a little sun there on his third eye? So that's a sign of a spiritual awakening, right? So yeah, you're definitely finding balance again. You're definitely healing after this breaking point. And what I get with this obscurity too, maybe not even so much that this person is a mystery to you. Of course, they very well could be. But I get the sense that maybe you are starting to explore obscure topics, because it says here secrets, mysteries, and concealing. So maybe you're starting to delve a little bit deeper into secrets and mysteries, like more spiritual kind of topics. Or this person could just feel obscure to you, like you're not seeing them very clearly. But I think that's by design on the snake person's part, because they're intentionally being silent. They're intentionally being elusive right now. But it is stressing them out. I don't think this is what they really want, because what they really want, again, is hoping for you, hoping for the divine feminine. But yeah, oops. The Lovers. Do you see how that just popped out of my deck and I didn't even mean to? So definitely this is a twin flame card for sure, but like strong spiritual connection, but also about making choices. So let's see what comes out in your tarot. You have the Tower on this cut, so definitely going through some sort of big shakeup. You're having some sort of big realization about something. Thank you, Spirit. Let's look at our hummingbird side. What is the energy of our hummingbird person? Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy of our hummingbird person? What is the energy of our hummingbird person? What is the energy of our hummingbird person? Ooh, girl. This is definitely you. It's gotta be. We have the Star. We have the World. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. So you're definitely healing from this connection right now. I mean, that came out again with your, oops, I feel like I just flashed a naked lady at you. Oops, my bad. Well, we have the Star, we have the World, and we have the 10 of Pentacles. So the Star is all about healing. It's all about being rejuvenated. Aquarius could be significant for you. Again, we have air placement, so you could be an air sign. But you're definitely in the process of healing from this connection. Again, we got the healing card, so that makes sense. With the World, this is all about feeling fulfillment. This is the last step of the Fool on his journey through the major arcana. So he's gone from the Fool, from this naive person who, you know, kind of didn't really look before they leaped, but trusted the process, trusted that, you know, they would get to where they needed to go. The World is the Fool at the very end of that journey, after he's gone through all of the major arcana and learned all of the lessons that they had to teach him. So this is ultimate fulfillment. This is like, I've reached the end of this chapter and I'm ready to move on to the next one. Taking all the lessons that I've learned and using that to fuel my journey forward. So you could be feeling like this is kind of like you're closing this chapter, you want to close this chapter, or that maybe this connection has really taught you a lot about yourself. Like you've gone from being the Fool in this connection to knowing your worth, knowing what you want from this other person, like what you will and won't stand for when it comes to this person. Because you've learned a lot of lessons from this connection and you're ready to start over. You're ready to start onto something new. And then with the 10 of Pentacles, you're focusing on your foundations. You want to build something lasting. This is a card of generational wealth. This is a card of family. This is a card of working hard and having a legacy, building a legacy. So I get the sense that maybe that's what you're focusing on right now, your legacy. What can you do to build yourself up? What can you do to make sure that your family, you know, is set after, you know, if you have kids or if you want to have kids, if you want to have a family? What do you want to leave for the people who come after you? So yeah, very much in this healing energy, very much in finding balance within yourself again. And very much focusing on the long term. You're focusing on, you know, your own feelings of fulfillment again with the World. And yeah, healing and finding balance with Temperance and transforming, transfiguration. If you look on Temperance, you can see these cups in between. You know, this is what is it called exactly? Alchemy. This is alchemy. That's what this angel is doing. Alchemy. Transforming, you know, pain into power, transforming hate into love. I mean, I'm not saying you're hating this person, but you know what I'm saying. Like transforming one negative emotion and turning it into something positive. And underneath Temperance, we have the Tower and the 10 of Swords. Again, this breaking point energy. I'm sorry, I'm not even showing you. These are on the bottoms of your deck. So definitely, again, with this breaking point energy, you have the Tower and the 10 of Swords right next to each other. So you're definitely like going through a tough time. You've hit your breaking point with this. But it's also inspiring you to work on yourself, to work on something, because right under that is the 8 of Pentacles, under the 10 of Swords. So you're definitely working on your healing. You're definitely working on shedding, you know, these negative vibrations that this connection has brought you, and you're becoming the hummingbird. You're trying to embrace joy and happiness again, and you're very focused on healing and what you want your legacy to be. So that's great energy, my bestie. I know if you're in the throes of this breaking point, of this rock bottom energy, that it might be hard to see the light, but I think you see it already. I think you already see the light because we have the Star again, we have this healing card. So you are healing from this connection, even though this person is kind of still stonewalling you. But just because they're not being expressive to you right now, it doesn't mean that they don't feel something. They do see you again as this beautiful divine feminine, with the Queen of Pentacles here. And they might not be talking to you right now, but that doesn't mean that they're okay. They're stressed about this. But they're on a verge of an awakening of some sort as well. So I don't want you to give up hope. The star is all about hope too, so that's why I wanted you. Maybe you do still have hope for this connection too. If so, that energy is kind of mirrored in your person because they have the hope oracle card here. But yeah, I see that your person is definitely going through it right now when it comes to this connection, that they think the world of you. They do see you as this beautiful divine feminine, and they are still hoping that somehow, some way, you guys can reconnect. They do want this new beginning with you. They want to take a leap of faith. As for when, I can't tell you. I don't see any knights, which indicate messages. Knights are messengers. So I don't see any pages either. They are messengers too, but to a lesser extent. So I feel like your person needs to go through their process of healing. They need to go through their rock bottom, just like you did, in order to kind of get this awakening to jumpstart, right? But I see, your energy. You're definitely elevating, and all I can say is just keep focusing on that. And you might have other instances of feeling like broken down. I know that I've gone back and forth between feeling like really, really, fulfilled and elated and like, oh, this is just like the most magical, perfect connection ever. And then, I've been on the complete other end and just like sobbing and crying in ways that I haven't in a very long time, just in the shower, just like completely shattered and broken. And but the thing is that like I couldn't get to the happy good stuff if I didn't go through that completely heart-shattering experience. It's leading to your ultimate growth at the end of the day. And yeah, I see that it's teaching you a lot of lessons with the world. And yeah, you're focusing on your healing and what you want your legacy to be. So that's beautiful. Again, keep doing that. So we're going to close off your reading, bestie, with a piece of advice from Spirit, from the Sacred Creative, no, from the Wisdom of the Oracle card deck. So let's see what comes out for Spirit's advice for you. Thank you, Spirit. What advice do you have for our viewer, who, again, I'm assuming is our hummingbird here? We have a change in the wind on the cut here, and we also have co-create. So change in the wind talks about having to go through a storm in order to get to the other side of it. Like things are changing and they're changing for the better, but not all changes happen in happy, serendipitous, beautiful opportunities and coincidences. Sometimes it takes a rainstorm. Sometimes it takes going through dark feelings and emotional storms, right, in order for you to get to the other side. But after a storm happens, after it rains, everything's renewed and rejuvenated, and you can look and see how that rain really was actually nourishing for everything. It's not destruction for the sake of destruction. It's destruction for the sake of renewal and growth. We also have co-create on the cut here. So playing with the universe, saying yes to opportunities, and being an active participant in your life, not letting things just happen to you, but actively co-creating with the universe. So let's see what comes out for you. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get one final piece of advice for our viewer here. What is one piece of advice that they can leave here with to help them with this connection, or to help them manage this connection. Thank you, Spirit. One final piece of advice for our viewer. It's advice if I ever saw it. We have co-create on the bottom again, so be open to being an active participant in shaping your reality. And then we have higher power was your advice. So Spirit's definitely around you. And I feel like, your guides, or, your ancestors, whoever you have on your team, whoever you connect to, they're definitely around you, and they're definitely trying to help you through this difficult time. And I think it's working, because you are healing. Again, it's right here. Higher power is number 4 too. So 4 is all about stability and, building stable foundations for yourself. And if you look, this angel has a key on her forehead, right? So this is spiritual awakening too. This is third eye opening too. So you had temperance that showed this on the bottom of your tarot, and you also had this. So definitely going through an ascension of some sort. Let's look at the message here from the guidebook, and then we will leave your reading there. So higher power. The essential meanings here are conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, and committing to a partnership with spirit. So the oracle's message here is this card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. And since this is also a love reading, I will read the love message from here too. So it says, it's time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power, called God, Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that is sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your number 1 priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there's a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Say less. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. So yeah, keep following this path. Keep connecting to your spirit guides. Keep connecting to the spirit, because the spirit's around you. And I think you're sensing it more and more and more. But yeah, that's your reading for today. Thank you guys so much for being here. If this resonated, please, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you. And yeah, we will see you in the next one. All right. Take care. Bye.